I have a video called Aspects of Life, and the last few clips I don't really like, but I just put them in there because I felt like it needed a few more clips, and that's what I like. I don't know why. I don't know. But I started trying to edit the video, like re-edit it so that I could re-upload it with better clips. But something happened with like the formatting and it just all the clips got warped, and so I would have to like completely start over making the video, which I don't want to do. Nothing like invokes anger in me quite like a piece of technology that will not fucking listen to me or do what the fuck I'm trying to do. Like, if I cannot figure out how to do something on like a computer or a phone or some app or whatever, it makes me so angry and it makes me want to hit things. Anger is probably the emotion that makes me feel the most trapped because I just can't escape my anger and I can't change the things I want to change, and it gives me so many emotions, and it just makes me fired up and it makes me want to like do things. Anger, it makes you do things that you wouldn't do if you weren't angry. And I think that it's probably, I'm not gonna say it's the only emotion that makes you do that, but I feel like it's the strongest, and for me at least, it's the most common that I want to do things that I wouldn't normally do when I'm angry. Like, I want to break something, or like be just aggressive, and like you just act so quickly without thinking because you're just so angry that it just clouds everything. All you can think about is your anger and the way that you're feeling. You're not even thinking about anything. You're just like trying to release your anger. And so I think it's one of the hardest feelings to cope with, or to like do something with, or to feel, because it just traps you in your own anger. And it's just extremely frustrating to feel. But choices made in anger cannot be undone. Like, if you break something because you're angry, once you calm down, it can't be unbroken, you know? In those moments that I'm angry, I want to hurt myself. Like, I smack myself like really hard because I guess it's kind of sad because it's because I want to hit something or break something, but like the things around me, it's like if I break those, then they're broken. But if I just smack myself, like nothing really happens. But I can't undo that choice, the choice that I made to hurt myself. And it's usually not productive to talk to people when you're angry, because you just want to get your anger out. Like, all you want to do is just release your anger. And so if somebody talks to you, even if they are not the thing that makes you angry, you talk to them like they are, because you just don't know where to put your anger, what to do with your anger. And you can't undo that. You can't undo like something like that. Like, it hurts. It hurts. When people try to push you away, and when you try to push people away, it just hurts them, And it probably makes them scared to be close to you for those moments when you're angry. And I mean, when you push somebody away, that's what you do. You push them away. And we should be careful with doing that to people. When I'm angry, the best things I can do is whatever is making me angry, like if it's the type of thing that I can walk away from, like I was editing that video and it was just making me so angry because like the whole thing was fucked up now and I can't fix it, and so there goes that idea. There goes that. So it was just making me really angry because I couldn't fix it. So then it was time to shut my computer and accept that that's what it is. It's time to shut the computer and just accept that, okay, that's not happening. Unfortunately, that's not going to work out, but it's literally not the end of the world. It's a little disappointing, but it's fine, you know? And just accept it. And just, I think that the best thing I can do is remove myself from the situation. If I am, sometimes when there's a lot of noise going on, like people are being loud and there's just so much going on, it's like people aren't thinking of me, like, especially if I'm already going through something. Like, I guess I'm talking about a specific time a couple weeks ago, when I was just having such a hard day. But I was angry because I was being ignored. And that is something that really angers me, is like when someone that you care about, or like, you know, they love bomb you and then they ignore you. It makes me so angry when I know that they can see me. They can see my messages and they can see that I am hurting and that they're hurting me, and then they still choose to ignore me. Like, why are you ignoring me like I don't exist? Like, you know exactly what you're doing, and it pisses me off. And I was being ignored, and this dude was being a jerk and ignoring me. Like, purposefully ignoring me. I'm not stupid. I know that you're ignoring me. And so it was making me really angry. So I was having a hard day with that, dealing with that. And I was, when I'm feeling anger, it's like nothing is good enough. Like, my whole life isn't good enough. Like, what I'm doing, where I'm at, it's just not good enough. So there was that, and so I was like dissatisfied with other parts of my day. There was things going on, and I felt beautiful, and then that went away, and I started to feel insecure, and that made me angry, and it's like, why must I feel this way? And I was just feeling dissatisfied in many ways. And then I got home, and everybody was being so noisy and like just talking so loudly, and like, I don't know, they were just making me angry. It's like all I wanted was some peace, and I just couldn't escape. Like, it just was overwhelming to me, and I couldn't like escape and relax. And so I was laying on my bed and I was just like feeling angry, and I was like, okay, I need to remove myself from this situation right now. And so I grabbed something that I needed to burn in the woods, and I walked outside and I went to the woods and I sat on a log and I burned it. And that was so freeing. I talked about this before in a couple videos ago. That moment, like the moment that I left, it was just immediately freeing. And once I went and like That's another thing, is like a physical manifestation of like letting go of something, like burning something, or even throwing something away, or writing down the word goodbye, like saying goodbye to something like that, like a manifestation of like letting go of something. It really helps me to feel like I'm leaving it behind, like I'm letting go of it. And if there's something that angers you, something that helps me is to just write down all of my anger. Like take a red pen and just like write down like all the things that I like, because when I'm angry with someone, a lot of times there's no point in like saying what I'm really feeling. Like, and what I mean by that is like choices made in anger can't be undone. And if you speak to someone out of anger, you speak to them like you're just angry with them and that's all you feel towards them, that could literally ruin the relationship. Like that could ruin everything. That could hurt them so much that they can't even be with you. And they can't ever feel like you respect them again. Because anger passes. Anger passes. It passes, and I'm not angry anymore. And so I would be unwise to give somebody my anger, you know, like give them my anger. There's some things that sometimes I wish I could say to people because I want them to know how they made me feel. You made me feel so angry that I thought I couldn't take it. Like, you hurt me so badly that it made me so angry. And like, I want them to know that. And there are things that I wish I could say, but in reality, I'm angry because you hurt me, because I want to be with you. Like, I'm angry because you're not giving me what I want, and what I want is like your like care, and I know that if I speak to them with anger, it's going to push them away, and that's not what I want. I want to be close. That's why I'm angry, because I want to be close with you, and you are just hurting me. And I don't know, it's just like, would it really have mattered? Like, would it have done, like, what good would it have done? Like, I don't know. It's like with your anger, you wish that those words would change things. Like, you wish that you could just say the right thing to make things change. You wish that you could be so angry that things just change. But it just doesn't work that way. And so there's no point in directing your anger and giving that anger to somebody. There's just no point. Because when you're trying to convince somebody of like your anger and the way that they did you wrong, it just drains you more. Anger is like one of the most draining things to feel, and like trying to convince somebody that they made you angry and that like you're valid in your anger, it's exhausting. It is so draining, and so there's no point. It's just gonna make you more angry. That's another thing, is like, if I express my anger to somebody, I am being super vulnerable, because if they say the wrong thing or if they feed that anger, then I'm just more angry. And it's like, okay, like we should have just talked about this when I wasn't angry, you know? And like, you just can't think clearly. Like, like you do things that you wouldn't normally do when you're angry. And so that's a clear indicator that you're not thinking clearly when you're angry. And so why would you try and like have a conversation about everything when you're angry? I don't know. I don't know. Another thing I do when I'm angry is sometimes I go to the gym and I like put on headphones and I blast music in my ears and I ignore everybody and I don't talk to anybody and I just listen to music and drown out the world. Not even always at the gym. Sometimes it's not helpful for me to talk to people to get my anger out because sometimes there's not always somebody to talk to. And so by the time I get to talk with somebody anymore, it's like I'm not as angry as I was in the moment. And so if I'm talking about it now angrily, then I'm just latching onto that anger. Like I'm trying to go back and encapsulate that anger, and it doesn't matter anymore. I don't want the anger. I want to let it go, but it was there. Like I was very angry, but I was alone for that. And if there is somebody for me to talk to, sometimes I'm scared that they won't know what to say or how to help, or they won't understand. I don't know, just usually when I'm angry, I just kind of want to be alone. But yeah, when I'm angry, fire really fire helps to like hold fire in my hand and burn something in the woods and like be away from everybody, just be alone in the woods, like with the trees and the grass and the leaves and the deer and everything. That's my coping mechanism. I think it's good to think like when I catch myself acting out of anger, like hitting something or hitting myself, I sometimes it's embarrassing because it's like, imagine if somebody saw me doing that. That'd be embarrassing, right? Or like, would I do that if I wasn't angry? No. No, I wouldn't. So why am I doing it now? Like there's just something better that I can do. I mean, it's fine to break something, but like something that doesn't matter, like a pencil or like something like that, like something that doesn't matter. But I mean, anger, it is so hard and challenging to accept, and it's so challenging to escape and to deal with and to like, it's hard to express. It's one of those things that you have to like overcome by yourself. And it's like those are the moments that like nobody sees. Like sometimes life is hard because of those moments that nobody else sees. And I guess I find solace in knowing that just helps me to connect with myself, and I love myself, and so I want a relationship with myself, and so I value those moments that I am alone because I'm strong in those moments. And I guess I also, well, not I guess, I also find a lot of solace and comfort in believing in something. When I say what I believe in, I guess the word or the name that resonates with me is just God. Like I would say that I believe in God. Who is God? I don't know. I don't know, but I know that God is there. And I know that God sees me. And I know that God is with me in those moments. I know that God is with me every moment. I really do know this. And then once I overcome my anger and I come back to myself, God is there with me, and it's comforting. So, I mean, that's how I cope with anger, I guess. You just have to accept things. You have to accept all the shit that you don't want to accept. Like, it's just reality. I I don't know. I'm not a professional. I've been thinking of going to therapy. I guess just remember that anger doesn't have to trap you in the place that you are. You can always leave. You can always step away. You can step away from your anger. You don't have to let it control you and let it you don't have to let it drive you, and you can walk away from your anger. You know, it also clouds things. Like, it clouds things more than you realize. Sometimes you jump to conclusions, and sometimes you're just wrong. You're just wrong about something, and you're assuming that somebody is intentionally hurting you or they know what they're doing, but sometimes they really don't. I don't know. Sometimes they have a battle within themselves, and everybody is battling something. They're like, everybody is battling something. I don't know what they're battling, but it's theirs. And maybe he was ignoring me because he needed space. Like, maybe he was feeling some things. I don't know. For example, one of my very toxic things that I do is like incessantly and obsessively compare myself to like one person in particular. And that person has kind of shifted a few times throughout my life. Like, I I've done it to multiple people. Like, if somebody has something that I really want, like the first time that I think I ever saw it was in middle school. I was in 6th grade. I was very insecure with my body, and there was this boy in 8th grade who like, why did he notice me? I don't know. I think he probably did it to a few girls, but he kind of led me on a little bit. Like, he showed me attention, he sexualized me. And I was young and naive, and all I wanted was like his approval and like him to like want to be with me, even though I didn't know how to act around him because I didn't know how to act around guys. And I would come to find out later on, like years later, years after I had been chasing him and wanting to be with him, like, I don't actually like him. I don't actually like him. I just wanted his approval. Like, but I didn't know that I didn't like him because he wouldn't actually give me the time, like in real life. Like, he would text me all the time, but like, whatever, irrelevant. But basically, like, I just wanted his approval, and there was this girl who was his age in 8th grade who he would date, and like, he would always choose her over me, obviously, right? So I found myself wanting to be her. Like, wanting, like, changing my beliefs, like, because I would just automatically like anything that she did. I was like, oh, well, that is better than me. That's better. Like, her face, her hair, her freckles, her everything, her smile and like everything, the way she acted, the way that she was popular, I started to feel so inferior, and I became obsessed with her. And I think I just picked up this pattern. I don't know why I still do it. Like, why do I still do it? Like, whose approval am I seeking? Fuck if I know. My confidence is something that I've had to build. Like, I've had to pull it out from hell. I've had to pull out my confidence from Satan's butthole, and I've had to, like, work to bring it to earth. And, like, and so sometimes it feels so fragile. And when I am in that moment that I'm feeling envious, like I'm boiling with envy, and it angers me. Like, it feels like anger almost, because it's like, why isn't it me? Like, you know, it's not fair. Do you hear how toxic and unhealthy this sounds? Like, it's bad. And I need a therapist. But it feels like anger, and in those moments, I'll then turn to myself and I'll see myself in a completely different way, because my brain and my perception is warped in that moment, because it's not authentic. It's like, it's determined by the way that I'm feeling. But yeah, that's the way that anger works. It puts your blinders on, and like it filters your reality and the way that you're seeing. And in those moments, it's better to just step away, like not even try to feed that anger. I feel like it's easy to feed the anger, to like just keep it going, keep thinking about it. But in those moments, it's better to try not to feed that anger. Try to just step away from it and not even think about that. And then when you come down from your anger, maybe you'll see things differently and more clearly. Anyways, I gotta go to the gym, and I low-key gotta release some anger. Usually I'm in a better mood when I'm like making videos. I wouldn't say that I'm in a bad mood. I would just say that I think I have some anger going on right now. And that's okay. It's okay. I accept that as a part of my life and what I'm feeling right now, and I just need to deal with it. But yeah, if you're dealing with some anger, same. Same. Most of the time, though, I'm very content and happy and grateful. But you know, I feel a wide variety of emotions. I'm a human person. And I feel all kinds of emotions, and they're all valuable and important and inspiring to me. And I'm grateful for my anger, because everything leads me to better places. Everything leads me to where I'm meant to go. If I hadn't felt that anger that day, I wouldn't have found myself in a beautiful place. And I talked about this in the video called "I'm Glad My House Caught on Fire." And that's basically the point of the video. But, yeah, I gotta go to the gym and blast some music in my ears. And I have work in the morning, and yeah. Like and subscribe and leave your comments if you have any advice on dealing with anger. I mean, I could use it, so go ahead and leave it down below. And yeah. I think I'm probably gonna make another ASMR video soon, and I also have other videos that I want to make. Well, I want to make a Q&A, like, where I answer some questions and respond to questions and stuff. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. And then also if you have any other video ideas of anything for me to like do, and when I say do, I mean like in my room because I film on my laptop and I have no storage on my phone. So it'd be convenient to be able to do something like right here. And I don't really have any ideas at the moment, so maybe I'll figure something out. But yeah, if there's anything you want me to talk about or whatever, just let me know. Oh, also I've been thinking about changing my channel name. Would you guys still love me if I wasn't Foggy Dottie? Let me know. Alright guys, peace. Don't forget to accept things as they are, and don't forget that things change and anger fades away and it doesn't stay. And don't forget that choices in anger cannot be undone. Those choices will have been made. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all. Thanks for listening, you guys. Hopefully something in this video was valuable in some kind of way. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.